What's going on, you guys? Mr. Grail here, and today I want to talk to you guys about 5 Funko Pops that I think you should invest in today for the WWE, and we're going to go over some WrestleMania 40 hype. Let's get to it. Welcome back to my channel, you guys, and today we're going over the best Funko Pops to invest in as of right now for the WWE, and we're going to talk about WrestleMania as a whole. The first Funko Pop that I feel like we should really get right now is CM Punk. Now, I'm not talking about the Grail, that's the Hot Topic exclusive, that's like $420 right now. I'm talking about the regular standard one that goes for about $195 right now. So the fact is, this Funko Pop has gone up and down. Well, it makes sense though, right? Like, CM Punk left the WWE 10 years ago. He made his appearance in AEW again in 2021, rising his stock again and pretty much putting him on the map again. But of course, he had a pretty bad AEW run, especially I would say after his first year. His first year is pretty solid, but after that, they really didn't want anything to do with him anymore. Just things didn't go well. But then his return to WWE really ignited his Funko Pop value and made it surge. But now he's going through a point where he's going to be hurt again. And now I feel like right now is a good time to get his Funko Pop because it's going to be low. Because we all know the plans for CM Punk. He pretty much had the spot with Seth Rollins to go for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40, but that only fell through due to his injury at the Royal Rumble, which he got a torn tricep. So that sucks. So his value is going to go down because I feel like it's going to be out of action. But we all know this. He's coming back. He's with WWE, and we know that they want to push him into the title picture. So I would say right now, probably get that pop. It goes for $195. I get it. It's still a Grail that maybe we should go and get, but it's better than spending $400. I'd rather spend the $200 on this one because it's more budget friendly, and there is some upside for it, and more people will be willing to buy it because it is more affordable. So CM Punk will be back. And because of that, it is a Funko Pop that you should get because he's not going anywhere anytime soon, at least that we know. All right, guys, on to the next one. We're going over someone who is dominating the WWE, and it's not a man. It is a woman, and her name is Rhea Ripley, other than Mommy is what she's called pretty much. And she's dominating WWE the way no woman has before in a very long time. The last person I could say dominated like this, they try to make Ronda Rousey like this, but Ronda Rousey didn't have the following the way Rhea Ripley does. I would say the last person that did this was Chyna, and who was this dominant, but in dominant form. Like, he is someone who is just incredibly scary and just a force of nature. We've had top dogs in the women's division, like Mickie James. We've had Trish Stratus. We've had Lita. We've had those women who have come in, Charlotte Flair. We had Becky Lynch. We had Sasha Banks. We had Bayley. But none of those women really show like that true alpha queen the way Rhea Ripley does. And right now her Funko Pop is going for about $30. But if you think about it, compared to when the Funko Pop first came out, it was only like $12. So it's going up. It's because WWE is shaping her to be their megastar when it comes to the women. And the fact is for Becky Lynch, who has been so impactful in WWE, to say that she doesn't know if she's ever been better than Rhea Ripley is saying something to Rhea Ripley. And I think with her being the most dominant champion, now don't be wrong, I don't think she's in the Roman Reigns realm, but I do believe that she most definitely is approaching that Gunther realm, where we know how dominant Gunther is. Gunther is probably one of the most established Intercontinental champions that we've had in a while. And I feel like Rhea Ripley is doing that. And I don't see Becky Lynch beating Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, but we'll get to that. We'll wait for that for later. But with that being said, I think because of the push they're giving Rhea Ripley, the fact that she's head of a faction, and the fact that she is so dominant, and there's full steam ahead. Let's just be honest, there's full steam ahead. Collect that Funko Pop of Rhea Ripley. There's not too many of those. I would grab those ASAP. All right, for the next one, we're going with Cody Rhodes, or The Rock says the Cody Crybabies. Well, Cody Rhodes, he came from AEW. And this is around the time they made the Funko Pop of the American Nightmare Funko Pop, as we can see here. But really, at the end of the day, he's someone who is slowly going up each time. And I think right now, his pop is going up because, one, he's main evented WrestleMania for the second time in a row. And two, there's just huge plans for him in the future, too, of possibly being the face of the company. Because there have been reports that Roman Reigns will not be able to pretty much carry the company as much as he has before because of health concerns. As we know, he's had leukemia twice now. And any kind of cancer will pretty much hinder your body from doing what it normally could do. And because of that, I don't think Roman Reigns is going to stick around for much longer as far as being a full-time. He's not a full-time right now. He's pretty part-time. But as we're not going to see him as often as we do now, and that's saying something. So they're gonna prime Cody Rhodes to be the guy, and I feel like because of that, his Funko Pop has shown an increase in value. And with that being said, I think you should get Cody Rhodes Funko Pop right now because he has very, very few Funko Pops out. And I think if you get the original one, the original ones are always the ones that get the big values when it comes to the future. All right, and on to my next one. Another guy who's going to have a huge presence in WrestleMania 40 is going to be the World's Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, his pop right now is going for about, and this is the white costume version, is going for about $55. Now, it's been out for 10 years, yes, but it's always gone up, and that's what you want when you are investing in Funko Pops, especially WWE Funko Pops, is you want to find those ones that are constantly going up. And Seth Rollins Pops have been great, they've been popular, and Seth Rollins has always been popular, but for some reason, I don't know why, but people tend to like him and be behind him way more when he's not the champion, and then when he does become champion, all of a sudden it's like we're done with him. But his song is so catchy. He has some of the best entrances, especially at WrestleMania. And right now, he is the World Heavyweight Champion. And even if he does go to WrestleMania and lose, y'all know the crowd's gonna be around him because once again, he's not champion. They're going to push him to be that top dog again. So Seth Rollins is someone you can't go wrong with, and he's always going to be a great Funko Pop to have. And lastly, why not go with the head of the table, Roman Reigns? A Funko Pop that's actually exploding for him is his big dog one, his regular Roman Reigns one where he was the big dog, and that's the one that we all kind of didn't like Roman Reigns as. That was not the best character that we feel like he could bring forward. But his head of the table ones are not going off in price. There is a head of the table Roman Reigns Tribal Chief Funko Pop that is going kind of high when it's the t-shirt value, when it has the t-shirt with it. But other than that, the regular general Funko Pops for the head of the table Tribal Chief Pops are not going that great right now. Maybe because there's a lot of them. But right now we have the Roman Reigns one, the big dog that was released in 2015. That's going for about $60 right now. And if we look at the data here, it has gone up constantly since it's been out. And the fact is that the older the pops, the harder they are to find, which means that they are more likely to go up in price. And it just makes sense because he's been so dominant over the past few years. He's one of the best champions ever in history. And he's only adding to his legacy if he wins at WrestleMania. With that being said, I think that you should most definitely get those 5 pops. And those are the 5 WWE Funko Pops that I truly believe that you guys should be getting going forward. Now, before we end the video, we got to have a quick WrestleMania 40 discussion real quick. So the reason why I picked these pops is because they're so huge. And all these superstars are going to have huge implications at WrestleMania 40. So we know that WWE Chamber just passed on Saturday. And we saw that the man, Becky Lynch, was able to win the Elimination Chamber and get that spot to face Rhea Ripley. And I feel like this is going to be a good match, and I feel like this one is one that can go either way. Why? Because like I said before, they're preparing Rhea Ripley to be that big-time champion, that Gunther-like champion. She maybe reach Roman Reigns eventually, but for Becky Lynch to admit, especially someone who's had so much success in WWE, that she doesn't know if she's better than Rhea Ripley, that's saying something about Rhea Ripley's legacy already, and the fact that Becky Lynch doesn't know if she can beat her. And I feel like this can go both ways because I can see that WWE wants Becky Lynch to win to show that she's the man, that she's conquered everything. But I also can see that WWE going with Rhea Ripley because Rhea Ripley has so much hype around her still. She's a leader of a very impactful group in Judgment Day. And maybe they just wanted to be champion longer. Right now, they've been in that phase where they're okay with Roman Reigns being champion for a long time. They're okay with Gunther being champion for a long time. And they're okay with Rhea Ripley being a champion for a long time. And honestly, I haven't seen any of the fans be disappointed with these guys being champions. So I think that there's a chance that she will go on and Rhea Ripley could maintain this championship. But I wouldn't be shocked if Becky Lynch won either. All right, and then we had the tag team match. We're not going to talk about that one. Judgment Day, don't get me wrong, Finn Balor. Damon Priest is a wild card always because he could cash in whenever. I don't think that he should cash in at WrestleMania though because he's not that great. He's kind of boring. But I do feel like he has promise and he has the physique and the mystique and the mysteriousness to be a great WWE superstar. But I don't think right now him winning the title at WrestleMania is the call. But you'll never know what WWE will do, and you'll never really know until he has his reign. For the next one, we had the men's Elimination Chamber match where we saw Drew McIntyre win. Now, that sets up Drew McIntyre for to face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. But there's another match we just saw get established. Now, of course, right now we're all speculating the fact that Randy Orton is hurt because that whole match he was hurt, he was holding his back and he was in serious pain. At least he was making it seem like it if it is a plot when he delivered that standard DDT that he does to Kevin Owens outside the ring. Now, he was favoring that back, and he made it known that it was hurting throughout that whole time. What makes me feel like this is a work and a plot is because most of the time the WWE refs will go over there and they'll throw the X sign that something is wrong, right, with the athlete in the ring, right, the WWE superstar in the ring, and we didn't see that at all. Maybe there was a chance that they just kind of stand or they had too much action going on, but come on, these guys are professionals. There's no way the refs were looking at Randy Orton in agonizing pain and just be like, whatever, he's fine. He just came back from back surgery and he didn't, nothing happened. I truly believe that this is a work, and I believe that it's a lead to make him feel that, oh, he might retire, just for Logan Paul to kind of run in there and be like, hey, I cost you a match, maybe give me one more match and then you can retire. And I could see it going that route where Randy Orton can go and challenge Logan Paul. But we know how Logan Paul and Randy Orton can be. They're both very vengeful guys. And Randy Orton is someone who's really been vengeful. We know that whenever someone gets him, he likes to get it back. So with that being said, I feel like that punch from Logan Paul set up a match for Randy Orton for the United States Championship, which I think will be great because I feel like Randy Orton at this time of his career, he needs to be led with athleticism. Logan Paul would most definitely do the work. So I think that's a great match for Randy Orton going to WrestleMania. Now, with going back to Drew McIntyre, who won, to not take the spotlight off of him, I truly like the matchup with Seth Rollins because if anybody can beat Seth Rollins, it is Drew McIntyre. And it only makes sense to make Drew McIntyre win because of the fact that when he did have his moment, it was during COVID and nobody was there to literally cheer when he won. You heard him talking the whole time to Brock Lesnar. You heard all his slaps against his leg with his kick to the face of Brock Lesnar. And pretty much you just didn't get to feel the fans' love, the experience from WrestleMania the way he deserved to. And I think this is a good way for him to do this in front of the crowd now and win his third championship in his career. So I think that'll be good for Drew McIntyre, and it will be good to give Seth Rollins kind of a fresh start too. And I believe this can set up a match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre down the line, maybe even SummerSlam, but to be seen. Now, finally, the last thing I want to talk about, and this is before, of course, the Grayson Waller effect. When we saw them bring in Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, we all know that Seth Rollins has told Cody Rhodes many times that he'll have his back, a bloodline. Well, Cody Rhodes went out there and pretty much challenged not only Roman Reigns, obviously, because we saw that when they were doing the little press conferences, but he also challenged The Rock. And we're starting to see now, because there are so many superstars getting hurt, that there are a lot of superstars that are going to have to carry the weight at WrestleMania 40. And there is a possibility right now where we could see Cody Rhodes facing not only Roman Reigns, but The Rock as well. And if they're trying to set up Cody Rhodes to be the guy, they're going to have him not only beat Roman Reigns, but beat The Rock, which will be huge, which will be equivalent to what they did to kind of push Jericho off to stardom when he beat The Rock and Stone Cold the same night. Obviously, this wouldn't be the same night. I think this would be a day one thing of WrestleMania. I've never really been a fan of the day one, day two WrestleMania stuff, but I still love the product in general. But I truly feel like this is going to be a nice little setup, and some superstars are going to have to work overtime because of the fact that there are so many injuries to so many high-profile, especially if Randy Orton's injury is legitimate, even though I don't think it is, but say it is legitimate. I can't see him going to WrestleMania. So when you lose out to this many stars like Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, or Randy Orton, you most definitely got to make sure there's some big names that can pick up that weight because that's a lot of weight. All right, guys, if you guys like this video and you guys like to hear me review more about certain things other than just Funko Pops, in addition to Funko Pop investing, please let me know in the comment section below. Have a great day. Like and subscribe. And if you would like to look at some more of my videos and some more of my investing tips, please take reference to this video right here and have a great day and bye-bye.